What's up, guys? You know who it is. So my wife said I should be recording this shit because it's funny. Well, I got the old Cub Cadet up in the air. It's a beautiful day. It is a fantastic day. Got the old Cub Cadet 129 up in the air. It was parked over there in the corner. I'm not going to show you that because it's like my junk corner. I think the alternator's bad on it. So, or generator starter. I've put 12 volts to it from my truck. Couldn't get it to do anything. All it does is click. So I think she's bad. Luckily enough, I've got another generator in the garage on the exact same engine. So we're going to end up swapping those generators around. Finally got the old 316 up and running. I don't know what the heck happened on that guy, but basically it had like a air bubble in the fuel line. So I had to remove the seat pan, and basically pressurize the fuel tank to push air through the lines up into the fuel pump, and then verify the fuel pump was pushing fluid to the carb, and then so on and so forth. A little bit of starting juice, or what I like to call toot juice, and she started right on up. So she's running strong. That's my baby there. I do a lot of work around the property with that tractor, so had to get that. Couldn't move this tractor until I got that tractor moved. So let's go over here to the smaller barn across the courtyard. Got my zero turn out. The boys were playing on that, and this is my small barn. It's a mess. It's been like that. And this is my bigger boy here. And I was installing one of those steering wheel rotational devices on here. So yeah, I'm not really doing much of anything today. I've been hanging out with the wife for the better part of this morning. Went to the big city of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we picked up some things that we have been looking at. Basically spending money we probably shouldn't be spending. But yeah, we did that. Went out to lunch, so that was good. And now I'm back at the homestead. Okay, so now that's on there. I like having these steering knobs. Whenever I can find an original John Deere one, I like to grab it off the tractors. And so now she's on there. She's good to go. That's the diesel. It's got a Yanmar in it. As you can see, I had a ton of, well, not a ton of stuff, but I had to check spark and all that kind of stuff. Make sure it was going to be running. I tell you what, I'm not a big fan of cheap tools, but man, these Micro Pro wrenches came in handy today. So the little bit of an offset they have on them, that little offset there with like a 15 degree or 10 degree swing on it, worked out really good. Not so comfortable with the open end on them. It looks like it's just waiting to just pop open. But the box end's pretty neat, pretty handy. So we'll go ahead and get all this stuff packed up. I don't have a clue how I had this all in here. And we'll just do it like that. We'll just carry it over there, hand carry it. Call it a day. But yeah, it is a fantastic day. So I'm gonna walk back over here to the pick shop, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on pulling this alternator, or this generator off rather. I want to go ahead and pull it off while I'm out in the sunlight. And then actually, let's see here. Maybe I can just do it with one of these handy dandy adjustable wrenches. Doesn't have a battery or nothing hooked up to it, so no risk of frying ourselves. Yep. Put that back on there. I've been learning about generators. I didn't know very much about them, how they operate, but I watched a couple YouTube videos. I tell you guys, you can learn a lot on YouTube. sounds funny to say that, but you can. There's a lot of people out there more than happy to share what they know. So to all the content creators, thank you for choosing to do so. And I don't know why people don't use adjustable wrenches more often. I mean, it ain't gonna work. That one looks like it's pretty chewed up too. Ugh. These are like, the adjustable wrench is like the unsung hero of your toolbox, right? You know, whenever you reach for an adjustable wrench, it's because you really need an adjustable wrench. And 9 times out of 10, it operates and does what it needs to do. And you think about like the what is it, the snap-on version of them, with the flank drive or whatever you want to call it, anti-slip feature incorporated into the jaw. Those things are really nice. They're almost too nice. And what I mean by that is that they bite really well, and you can be you can tear up some bolts really easily with that. I saw the what did you guys' thoughts on the flank drive, the new, the RBRT wrenches that came out from Mac? I was watching Torque Chest channel, shout out to him on that. He was comparing their grip on the open end, I think it was, and man, it looked like those are nice. It's like, you know, tools are interesting to me in a sense that, you know, like you buy stuff and then you buy it because at the time, you know, you're either buying it because you really just need a wrench or whatever, or a socket, and then you buy something tools because, you know, at that time it's like, it's the bee's knees, it's what you need to get things fixed, and you're happy because you've got the latest and greatest. And then lo and behold, they come out with something better, and you're like, man, you know, now I gotta think about whether or not, do I want to upgrade? Do I want to keep what I got? Is there a need to even have the upgraded version? And that's kind of like where I was at with these RBRT wrenches. I was like, I don't really, I mean, personally, let's be honest, I don't need them. Would I like to have them? Yeah. I mean, I think any guy would want to have them. But, you know, I don't need them. But it's making me think about it, like, you know, it's kind of like, at what point do you just say, okay, enough is enough? I guess maybe it's a matter of when a tool no longer makes you, like, the benefit or the gain that you get from the new technology no longer benefits your line of work. So like if you get a cool set of wrenches and they come out with this new design, does that new design help you, make you more efficient, more effective, make your work better, etc.? Like, does it allow you to be a better technician or whatever? I guess that's probably the deciding factor, right? When you can say, okay, yeah, this is a good thing, or no, or this is worth having, rather, or no. Hey, Shopcat. Shopcat's hanging out. Let me go ahead and finish getting this off, guys, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, we got her off. She's off. Boy, she is stuck. Let me see here. Let me show you guys. Let me. I can get like. That's it. I know you can rebuild these things, so we're gonna probably end up rebuilding it. We'll tear it apart one day on a future video, and we will attempt to rebuild it. What I wanted to do, set it down and compare it to my other one, and you can see this is my other engine. She's free. This engine goes into the other Club Cadet, International Club Cadet I have. So same engine, all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and take that girl off there. I don't even know what size socket or wrench that was. It ain't that one. I think I'm gonna be lazy and get myself an impact gun. Let me turn on, I'm gonna turn on the shop lights too. Whenever it's daytime outside, because it's a big shop, and I got the smaller shop over there and then this one here, and it's a lot of electricity be running on our property, so I try to conserve a little bit here. And I typically don't run lights in here unless I really need it. I don't know, did I show you guys my welder setup? I don't know, I gotta do some welding videos for you guys as well. Okay, all right, let's see. Is that a 10? Probably not. What size is that? What is that, guys? Oh, duh. Oh, what's this thing is? It's probably, let's see, 1/2 inch. Yep, that's 1/2 inch. Guess we'll start with that because it's easy enough already here. You know, one thing I don't like about ratcheting wrenches, and I understand why they need to be the way that they are, but it sucks because you can never find a ratcheting wrench. I mean, you have issues with the head, the box end, fitting everything. Speaking of which, I was using, is it a Wera? Yeah, I think it was the Wera Craft Form or whatever sockets, and they have one set of sockets where it has like a clip or whatever that helps to retain the bolt in the socket. And I was going to tell you guys about it. I'll have to do like I'll have to share it. I had to do like a review of sockets or something like that to make it all flow, because I can't do one video on one single socket or brand. But anyway, I found that it's a really poor design. And I think I was working on my Volvo, the SUV, and I could not get access to one of the bolts because the way that the socket is profiled, the way that the socket is profiled, it doesn't help you. It's actually a hindrance. And yeah, I was going to show you guys that and tell you get your thoughts on them. All right, last bolt here. All right, we're all free, top pot. Okay, let me pull this out. I'll take it outside to the other tractor and we'll hook it up. All right, guys, sorry about that. My phone died and I got working on this thing, and yeah, so here we are. So what can I tell you? It runs. Not only does it run, but it runs really, really good. So what we end up doing is we swapped out the starter generator with the engine sitting there on the ground. That's the old starter generator. That's the other engine for the other International we have. Same engine, same everything. So put that generator on here. That generator is free, runs really, really well. And this guy fired up with no issues. A little bit of gas in the tank, which I did. I think see, I put some gas in there, you can see it. The cart probably needs to be cleaned out. It did seem to be going up a little bit and a little bit of extra leakage, which means that the needle is not seating well, it's getting stuck. And so I need to probably order a new cart, which I can do that. I think iSaveTractors.com is a great place if you've never checked them out. This is a Kohler, I think it's a K301. I believe that's what it is. Let me see here. I know it tells you somewhere on the engine itself, but I don't think I can see it. I can see Kohler. You can see Kohler there, just make it out there. But I believe this is a K301. Where is it written at? I think it's on the block. and I cannot see it on the block. But I believe that's to be what it is. And let me go check on this guy over here. And how did I know what size engine was this one here? I think this is a K301 as well. You can tell she's rough. Oh, there it is, K241. So let's see, maybe it's a K241 as well. Nope, K301, there you go. So slightly different. Now, I thought they were the same, but they're not indeed. So K301 here and a K241, but they use the same starter generator, so that's pretty cool. I have all of the electronic. I got a new coil and all of that, ignition. I've got all of that. It's actually sitting back here on the shelf. Don't need it, not yet, but I've got it here. The ignition coil from iSave Tractors. If you guys need tractor parts, there you go. You can see all of the other international parts up here. I've got the new points and condenser, got that here as well. And I even got new wiring, new spark plug wiring. And then I believe, if I remember correctly, yep, I do. I even have a brand new spark plug as well. So I've got all that should I need it, but like I said, the engine runs and I don't have any issues with it at all. It ran really good, like a really strong compression. So the people who junked this tractor, there's a lot of potential reasons why they did it. A, they could have just simply needed money and it was sitting around and they said, well, why not go ahead and scrap it so we can go buy some crack. And then the other option is that they didn't know how to fix it because they couldn't get it to start. I just simply put a new generator on there and it fired right on up with really only a small spray of starter fluid. So it ran really good. So that being said, what are we going to do? So I'm trying to determine how much of a resto I'm going to do on it. I don't necessarily know if I want to tear it all the way down or if I want to just do kind of like what I did with this guy. I guess I did tear that guy all the way down to the frame and build it back up. So maybe we'll end up doing that. I'm going to be very smart and meticulous about this one, because the problem I ran into on the other one, the 106, is that I started taking things apart, and then once I gotten so far, I actually started to forget how to rebuild it. So I'm going to use this tractor as a baseline as to how to rebuild my other International, and that'll help out. So that's part of the reason why I haven't started jumping on that, because I've been dreading having to work on it and figure things out. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I am not going to remove the engine from this tractor. There's no need to do it. I'm not going to remove the transmission. I'm not going to do that either. And I am going to take off the pan. I'm probably going to leave the cab here as well. It's got some damage here that it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it as far as age. We're going to clean it up really good, degrease it, clean it all up. The hood and the front grille is already off. It's sitting down there on the ground. I started kind of disassembling that. I'm gonna probably go ahead and remove the pan, the seat pan as well, and then set that off to the side. And then over the course of the next few days, we will start cleaning it up. I'll have to see about the decals, what can be saved, what has to be replaced. I would love to keep all the original decals if it's there. There's no real reason to. I mean, it's an old tractor, right? So part of its coolness, in my opinion, is the dents and things of that are there. So I'll remove anything that's gross and anything that's minor or whatever. I won't worry about it. I do need to get a seat. I do need to get a new steering wheel, because you can see that it is missing at least the inlay piece here. I don't think the other steering wheel had it either. That's the transmission for the other tractor right there. So those things are well built, and this thing works really good. It's free. There's no issues with it whatsoever. I mean, it's great. This one here doesn't have that, unfortunately. I don't know why. I haven't done any research on this guy. I'm probably gonna do that tonight. I'll probably go inside, take a shower, kiss the kids, help the wife around the house, and then probably hop in my office and start trying to read up on this guy here, because I don't know a whole lot about it. I know that one is different. I don't know if they have the same trans or not, something different. I don't know. Neat new tires. I'm gonna go with a certain type of look of tire. I gotta go to the local agricultural store and see if I can find the tires, because that was a treat trying to move this thing in. But the rims are really good condition. Compare it to the other rims. I'm not gonna show you those because they're in a corner with a bunch of crap, but they're toast. So, but this one looks pretty good. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna probably do. Give me your comments on it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and remove the pan, get that pulled off, and then we'll go from there and kind of take our time restoring this one here. But this one runs. And also moved as well. It was actually hooked to the green tractor. I used the green tractor to pull it in or move it towards this way. And when I got this fired up, it was actually trying to pull the green tractor with it. So that's pretty neat. So I know that the transmission does in fact work on it. I got to check fluids and all that kind of stuff and go through all of that at some point in time, but we're not there yet. So guys, check out another YouTuber, then I'm out of here. Check out a channel called, if you're into tractors and all this kind of restoration and how to rebuild, and if you're into it, you may not be, that's fine. But if you are into it, check out a channel by the name of Imprior 87. That's IMPRIOR 87, the number 87. Young guy out of Florida. He does a lot of restorations. He and I actually got a chance to kind of talk and meet up with one another here locally, because he does come to Indiana to find tractors, funny enough. And so great guy. I think I repped him on my previous video, but go check him out if you're interested into these old engines and old mowers and tractors and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like something that I guess I'm into. There's John Deere's over there, and John Deere's here, and a couple John Deere's there, and an International here, and then another International up there. So I guess I'm kind of into it. So go check them out if you're into that kind of stuff. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Uh-oh, did we die? No, we didn't. Peace.